So, new topic. Let me make sure I've got this set up correctly. All right, algorithm tracking. So, basically what this section has to do is just taking a look at the various tracking algorithms we've had over the last year and a half or so. Basically, what this sheet shows is, get this up. This is essentially, that's the name at Folio Investing. Basically, this is the name of the algorithm. And if you want to look up the algorithm in the presentation, there's the meeting date here. And here's an indicator of what is it dealing with. So we've had single asset allocators, multi-asset allocators, stock screens, etc. So to some degree, it's best to compare apples and apples. Anything in red is new in the last 6 months. That gives you some idea of where we are. So this is just there's we're up to 20 some algorithms now or thereabout, and this just gives you an idea of what the algorithms are, where you can find the history on them. Obviously, there's a lot of red here in the stock screens because that's what we've been looking at for the last few months. And there's one new sector algorithm that I believe John came up with. So for those of you who either forgot or may not know, these are actually implemented at Folio Investing. It's real money. It's small dollar real money, but still real money. And the whole purpose of this is to see, well, several people over time has basically asked me, well, they're wonderful algorithms. We talk about them, and it's all great. And then we never hear about them, and did they actually work? Well, this is an attempt to say, did they actually work? Okay.
ASCI, whatever it was. You know, the consumer preference stock.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're not here because that's from the old VectorVest group. Oh. I still have an algorithm, and they're doing that, and they're kicking butt. Okay, in general. Okay, that algorithm's, God, it's got to be 3 or 4 years old now.
Oh, there you go. See, you got something.
Yeah, it's now, again, last 3 or 4 years, we've obviously got a bull market, so we all look like geniuses. Okay? Okay. And you're going to see that in a few minutes. In fact, probably the next slide. The intent here is I'm going to essentially, this time because there's so many algorithms, I'm going to spend most of the time on a summary chart, okay, that's going to come up next. And then there's literally, this thing has grown to over 100 slides because there's 4 slides per algorithm typically, and there's 25 algorithms, okay? So I'm not going to walk through them all. I'll show some of the equity curves, and we'll kind of walk through this. This is basically reference material in case you're wondering, well, geez, whatever happened to this algorithm, or if some of the numbers here hit you as interesting, you can go, let me look at that, and maybe I should put some money on it. Or maybe I shouldn't. All right, so here, there's one of two, this is one of 2 charts. So I'm going to walk through this. This is where I'm going to spend most of the time. Just so everybody knows, this is the name. This is when the algorithm started. This is the gain. I list 1 or more benchmarks in every case. I show the benchmark gain, and then I give it a totally gut feel, unscientific, don't ask me why, grade. Okay? Okay. So it's not, I wasn't looking at you, Evia. I was just saying, in case I didn't do any math, it's just, this is horrible, or this is great. And then I have some comments. So,